Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your prediction for the second half of 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else to hear. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. So, Leo, for all 12 zodiac signs for this round of readings, I've done a little astrological homework, if you will. Yours is a little bit lengthier than the others because you have a lot of things happening during this time period. So I want to go through them so you understand how the second half of 2026 will be impacting your life moving forward. Because once you step into January 1st, 2027, you will be most likely an entirely different Leo than you were prior to that date. So let me go through these for you. This begins with the new moon in Cancer on July 14th, 2026. It will culminate with the full moon in Cancer, which actually happens to be a super full moon in Cancer, on December 23rd, 2026. This lunar cycle for you will trigger a profound emotional purge and a psychological reset. Because Cancer rules astrologically your 12th house of the subconscious, solitude, and endings, this time period will force you behind the scenes to heal old wounds before you can fully step into your upcoming year of growth, which is known as the Emerald Year. So the 12th house themes, thank you Mercury retrograde for that one. Let's see what is shifting for you. The 12th house acts as the closet of your natal chart. So over the second half of 2026, you're basically clearing out that closet. So there's a lot of subconscious healing taking place. You will unearth and dismantle hidden fears, self-sabotaging habits, or negative inner dialogues that you've had with yourself that hold you back from becoming the best version of yourself. This time period will require a lot of solitude for you in order for you to reset yourself. So the universe will actively pull you out of the spotlight, and you will need more personal space, deeper sleep, and time alone to recharge your batteries. And then there's this releasing of the past. So while you're undergoing this internal cleansing of the closet, if you will, the cycle will demand that you let go of like old grudges, unfulfilled expectations, and even relationships that drain your energy. So the timeline for the following, or I should say for the second half of 2026 is as such. July 14th, 2026, that new moon in Cancer for you is it's a day for you to like plant seeds of introspection and an internal reset. From late July until November 2026, it's sort of like phase 2. So this is like the subconscious cocoon. This is when you will be processing shadows and really changing your cosmic identity. And then on December 23rd, 2026, with that super full moon in Cancer, it'll be a moment for you of like great culmination and an emotional release and emotional freedom for you. So the kickoff begins with that new moon in Cancer on July 14th, which happens to be coinciding with Mercury retrograde, which is a bit messy this year, but it's heavily emphasizing for you a period of time of reflection. So do not force outward progress right now. Instead, use July 14th and a couple of days that follow that to plant intentions around improving your mental health, creating better boundaries, and breaking free from childhood conditioning. The middle phase, that subconscious cocoon that we talked about before, which is like late July until November of 2026, while you're doing the heavy internal lifting, your outer life will simultaneously be preparing for an upgrade. So on July 26, 2026, the North Node of Destiny enters your sign of Leo, and it'll be there for approximately 1.5 years. I believe it's more like 13 months, but close to a 1.5 year stay. And this is going to push you toward radical authenticity of who you are. So you will feel a tension at this point in time between July and November, between wanting to step fully into that spotlight, but also needing to sort of retreat and process what has occurred in your private life in the past. The climax is that full moon in Cancer on December 23rd. So that cycle, this lunation cycle for you, will close out with a very powerful, emotional, super full moon on December 23rd. A subconscious matter or a long hidden secret or an ongoing mental health struggle will fully come to light for you. This is your moment of like ultimate spiritual catharsis. You will officially close a very heavy chapter of your life. You're going to feel a lot lighter moving into the new year, a lot wiser for what you have gone through, and you will be ready to embrace the massive luck that Jupiter in your sign will be bringing to you as of as of January 1st, 2027 and onward. So I created a little strategy guide here for you, Leo. During this time period of that second half of 2026, I really want you to prioritize rest. I feel like that's going to be very important looking at the natal chart just for a basic Leo placement, whether you are Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So treat sleep and downtime as non-negotiable requirements, not luxuries. Whatever is the normal sleep pattern for you. For some people, they can function well on 5 hours. For other people, they need 7, 8, or 9 hours. Whatever it is for you to be at your optimum best, please create time to have that sleep every night consistently for the second half of 2026. You're going to need that time to recharge your batteries because of the internal work that you're doing subconsciously when you're not even realize you're doing it. Like you're washing dishes and you're tending to work and you're walking the dog. And whatever it is that you do in your day-to-day life, taking care of yourself and the people, pets, plants in your life that matter, subconsciously, you're going to be processing a lot of past trauma and a lot of past grievances. And so you might feel more tired than usual. And just as I said that, the camera actually shut down. So if you've seen my readings before, welcome back. If you're new, howdy. But I take everything that occurs during a reading as a sign for the individual that I'm reading for. And I feel like that was a very important message because the battery actually set at 71% and then it immediately went to 0 and the camera shut off. And one, is it Mercury retrograde? For me, it is a technological issue as a Gemini sun sign. However, for you, I feel like there was a deeper message there. And so, as I was saying prior to that shut off, because you are processing all of these things subconsciously, you may feel a little more tired than usual. You might think there's actually a health issue with you. And I'm not giving you a health reading, so if you have a health concern, please see your doctor or physician or medical team. But if you are feeling more tired than usual, and there is nothing medically wrong with you, and you have already established that, again, with a doctor, physician, or medical team, then it's most likely because you are undergoing all of this subconscious processing. So whatever your usual sleep time frame is for you, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours, whatever it is, please make sure that you are having that consistently every night for the second half of 2026. It'll be very important for you to keep a very healthy sleep regimen. It's also important for you during this time to track your dreams. Now, I experienced this about 2 years ago, and so I think it's very important for you to keep a journal by your bed. Because you're processing all of these things, your intuition and your subconscious mind will be communicating to you with very vivid, wild dreams throughout the second half of 2026. And it's really important for you when you wake up from them that you jot down what that dream was about. So if you wake up at 1 in the morning, jot it down, go back to sleep. Or maybe you want to speak it into your phone or a recorder, and then you go back to sleep. Because if you wait until you officially wake up in the morning at whatever time you wake up, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m., you might not remember all of the details. It's important for you to know these details because then you'll understand exactly what it is that you're processing and that you need to process. So your dreams will be very active, very vivid, and it is your subconscious mind, your intuition speaking to you through those dreams. So please keep a dream journal by your bed. And during this time period, feel very comfortable or become very comfortable with saying no to obligation. You'll need to protect your energy because, again, you're doing a lot of, think of yourself as a computer. And so if I'm on the computer right now, right, I'm looking at the notes here that I have for you. And while I'm doing this, there are other things working in the background which are draining the energy of my computer. So you have to kind of look at yourself this way. While you're doing all of these other things, subconsciously, like a computer, there are other apps, there are other programs that are working in the background. And that's why it's important for you to be very comfortable with saying no to obligation, because you're going to need to fiercely protect your energy from people or projects that trigger defense mechanisms or that drain your energy. To give you a better idea of how this plays out, I went a step further because, and your intro is a little bit longer than the other. So again, I apologize if you're a cross watcher watching. And I'm sorry that if you're bored by this, but again, I think it's very important. I also wanted to include for you that you will also be impacted by Jupiter, because as of a couple of days ago, on June 30th, Jupiter officially entered your sign. And it'll be there for this monumental 13-month stay. However, for the first 5 to 6 months, it's occurring in 2026, while all of this other subconscious work is being done for you. So while Jupiter is the great benefic, and it's the planet of luck and expansion and massive breakthroughs, having Jupiter in your first house of self-identity and personal beginnings, while simultaneously undergoing that major emotional purge in your 12th house subconsciously, is going to create a very powerful energetic paradox for you for the second half of 2026. Because the 12th house wants you to pull back and heal, while Jupiter in the first wants you to move forward, stand up, shine, and expand. So the combination shapes your 6-month timeline through very distinct internal and external dynamics. So the paradox is like you are simultaneously burning away the old, and you're using that to now fuel the new. So normally when Jupiter enters your sign, which occurs for all 12 zodiac signs every 12 years, we all expect instant, loud, explosive, main character energy. And again, I know it happened for me 2 years ago when Jupiter entered my sign. And I did see that in terms of career and all of that other stuff. But for you, it's going to be a little bit different. Because this transit overlaps directly with that Cancer lunar cycle of emotional purging, Jupiter is going to behave a little differently during the second half of 2026 for you. You will have that great benefic fuel you forward into a new you of success and public recognition, but that won't occur until January. So kind of don't fight it right now. So during this time period, again, that second half now of the year, with Leo now official, or Jupiter now officially in your sign of Leo, Jupiter expands whatever it touches. So in your first house, it magnifies your awareness of self. It will make you painfully aware of where you have been playing it too small, shrinking to make others comfortable, and tolerating toxic situations, environments, or connections. I know that this sounds like it will be a difficult transit for you, but it's actually not. It's actually the ideal glow-up filter. Because while the new moon and full moon in Cancer are doing the dirty work subconsciously, clearing out that subconscious closet, Jupiter is acting as a vision board for what you will become in the future. And although it sounds very draining to have all of this work occurring in the 12th house, Jupiter is going to play a role by giving you hope and optimism and this unshakable confidence that, okay, I'm processing all of this stuff right now, but I know that it's momentary. Okay, so it's going to allow you to have unshakable confidence that what you're going through is temporary, momentary, will have long-lasting positive effects, but it's only going to play out for that, 4, 5, 6 month period now. So it gives you that hope, optimism, and unshakable confidence you need to face the emotional shadows without falling into like total despair. Behind the scenes, think of this period as like a backstage rehearsal of a show. So you are being blessed with Jupiter's luck, but the universe is requiring you to do the inner emotional processing first, so that when you fully step center stage on January 1st, 2027, your foundation, that stage, will be unbreakable. So the interlocking transits, July to December 2026, July 14th is that new moon, plant seeds of rest, mental health resets, and breaking old psychological loops. Jupiter in Leo in your first house is going to boost you. It's going to ignite your personal desires, physical vitality, and hunger for a fresh start. Just be aware of that conflict where you want to launch something big, but your body and spirit demand rest because you're tired. The strategy to deal with this is to plan your empire from bed. And that means, sitting up and working on your phone or working on your laptop, and then being able to set it aside and take a nap. So if you can do that, do that. August to November, processing heavy emotional baggage, old childhood wounds, and hidden fears. That occurs because of that Cancer lunar cycle that we're in. But Jupiter, again, in Leo, is going to want to expand your personal magnetism, luck, and attracting new opportunities. So you start realizing that your old insecurities don't really match the grand future that Jupiter has in store for you. Jupiter is showing you who you will become, and that the baggage you have will naturally drop away. So to not fear the delay in your expansion, because it's coming. So again, that hope and optimism is renewed for you. So I don't want you to think the second half of 2026 is just going to be like, oh my God, a period of dread. It's not. December 23rd, that full moon, we're closing out that Cancer lunar cycle. It will be an emotional release for you, most likely around the holiday season. You're going to have this final purge of heavy, years-long psychological chapter close out for you. So you might find yourself a little bit more emotional than usual in, you know, that last week or two of December. However, again, you have the benefit of Jupiter in the first house. So as it's turning stationary, retrograde, it's going to force you to deeply internalize your growth and say, I'm ready. So this is a breakthrough moment for you, because as you emotionally let go of the past and you have that good cry, there's a feeling within you that I never have to feel those feelings again, the feeling of sadness or rejection or abandonment. And it's in that final week of December where I'm getting chills here. Some people call them goosebumps, other people call them spirituals. But in that last week of December, you're going to feel fully integrated into your new empowered identity. And a new you will be completely transformed and ready to emerge in the new year. So I know that was a lot for you, and I apologize for that. I want to hit two quick things for you on how this will have real world impact for you. And I broke it up into two sections: career and ambition. So don't force massive, aggressive public launches during the peak of the Cancer lunar cycle, especially while Mercury is still retrograde, and that will happen until July 3rd or July 23rd, and then there's a post shadow until August 6th. So between now and August 6th, don't force yourself to do anything new. Instead, use Jupiter's presence to rebrand and rewrite your narrative and quietly build your master plan, so come August 7th, you can move forward with whatever plan or goal you have created for yourself behind closed doors during the retrograde period. Jupiter will bring influential people into your orbit who see your potential, even while you're working in quiet isolation. So don't think that you're going to be missing any opportunities. You won't be. The second section here is for relationships and love. So the 12th house clearing will likely highlight where you have allowed codependency or unequal emotional labor to drain you in professional, platonic, and romantic connections. As Jupiter expands your self-worth in the first house, you will find it incredibly easy to draw firm boundaries with people. You will lose the fear of being disliked or having people leave your life, because you're going to realize that anyone who requires you to shrink yourself to stay in their life or to keep them in your life is not meant for your next chapter, which is occurring for you on January 1st of 2027. So now, with all of that said, and I don't know how far along we are in the reading, again, I apologize for that long intro, but it's going to affect you more than the other signs, and I just wanted you to understand what is happening to you internally and externally. Now we can get into tarot. So for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements, what else do they need to know for the second half of 2026? With the lunation cycle affecting their 12th house and Jupiter in their sign affecting their first house of identity. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Don't get a haircut until August 7th. I don't know why. Maybe you're thinking of like radically changing your hairstyle. Wait till August 7th. I don't know why, but I feel like at least one person watching needs to hear that. Okay. Skywriting the Fates, card number 49. Joyful Muse, Inspiration, card number 33. A Tidy House, Clarity and Organization, card number 1. This is like doing the internal work, like clearing the house, right? The subconscious mind. Jupiter is going to inspire you that this is necessary and to not feel emotionally bogged down by it. This is all happening. This is literally happening. I hate to say divine timing, but it is. There's something greater here happening for you. Your next chapter is going to require you to not bring the past into that next chapter. And that's why this is happening. The bottom of the deck, we have Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix. Shit, that's what I just said, right? Card number 24. Okay. Let's get into tarot now. Fascinating message here for you. I feel very much connected to your energy right now for like the next 6 months. I don't have any Leo in my chart, so I'm finding it really odd, but I'm going to go with it. We are clarifying for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Skywriting the Fates, card number 49. Joyful Muse, Inspiration, card number 33, which I also notice they have a paintbrush, and then there are like some art pens here as well. So again, keep that dream journal, okay? And then we are clarifying a Tidy House, Clarity and Organization, card number 1 for the Leo Collective for the second half. One more shuffle. Thank you. And we have the Ace of Cups. Everything I said is the truth. The Three of Wands and the Seven of Swords. See, this is what you're cleaning out. Self-sabotaging behaviors, situations, environments, connections, even trauma. It's like you can't take it into the future. It's actually quite beautiful how the cards are coming out already. You then have Nine of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Page of Cups. The underlying energy here, Lovers, Six of Cups, and the Three of Cups. The Star, healing, the Empress, and the Sun. There's definitely a purging, okay? And again, this is part of the divine matrix here. There is a purging of hurtful or harmful connections in your life if they're currently in your life, or the trauma from them, with lovers, with friends, with family members. I mean, they're all represented here. Lovers, Six of Cups, and Three of Cups. Let's clarify this now using the After Tarot deck. And so yeah, it is a time period here of profound healing for you. So I'm clarifying this using the After Tarot deck. If you're not familiar with this deck, the images are slightly different. It does alter or change the meaning of the cards, and we'll go through them as necessary in your reading today. For Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements, for the second half of 2026, we're clarifying Ace of Cups, Three of Wands, Seven of Swords, Nine of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the Page of Cups. Even clearing out childhood wounds, I just heard. Childhood wounds. One more shuffle. Thank you. I think in the past you thought you were doing the work, and you were, okay? And don't feel like, God, I thought I went through this already. You did, but there's still something there in the subconscious that affects your other engagements or your other decision making. And that's why this needs to be like the final purge. Ace of Cups is clarified by the Magician. So you can manifest now the life that you want. Three of Wands clarified by Nine of Pentacles. Seven of Swords clarified by the World card. I have not stopped this. That's a fascinating blend there. Nine of Cups is clarified by Queen of Swords, and it takes us right over here to this Queen of Swords with the Four of Pentacles, which is met with this scorpionic release, death card energy here. Beautiful. And the Page of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Swords. Boy, are you slaying childhood trauma or things that occurred to you in connections when maybe you entered them quite naively, okay? But we are slaying them in the After Tarot deck. And again, this is all being done subconsciously for you. You're going to feel it physically tired, but son of a bitch, you can't believe what's here. The Fool card, your new beginning. Two of Wands, moving into the future. Death card, a radically transformed Leo collective here. Skywriting the fates. The universe wants you to have what you have. If you've seen my readings before, welcome back. If you haven't, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here, and I hope you consider clicking like, share, and subscribe on the video. If you've seen the readings before, you've heard me say, I look at energy, and the best example I could give is I look at it like a closet, okay? And the closet, think of a closet or the closet in your home that's filled with clothes. Top shelf, maybe you have hats or pocketbooks or wallets. On the bottom, you have shoes. And on the day-to-day, you probably only wear a half or maybe a third of the clothes, of the hats, of the purses, of the shoes. You keep all of this other articles, right, of clothing, if you will, or accessories, out of habit, right? They've been with me my whole life. I remember where I was when I wore that jacket, or those shoes that now have a hole in them, but I really love them and I don't want to throw them out. We hold on to these energies, if you will, these nostalgic energies. But the problem is there's also pain attached to them, because the same shirt that you wore when you found, I don't know, your, favorite, I don't know, mattress, okay, that now you can sleep on, was also the same shirt you wore when the person you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with broke your heart. So there's like good and bad memories wrapped up in articles of clothing. So when we look at the closet, it's almost like subconsciously we don't go to that article of clothing anymore. Even though there's a fond memory, there's also a not so fond memory attached. So we have this whole closet of all of these items, and we only wear like the same 4, 5, 6 outfits day in and day out. The other ones we keep there as memories, but there's pain attached to those memories. In order for the universe to help you bring in new articles of clothing, the ones you don't wear, tied to lovers, because you wore them when you had issues with lovers, or you wore them when a family member hurt you, or a friend betrayed you, those items need to be cleared out. We need to create energetic space in the closet. So a lot of you have been manifesting new opportunities in work, in career, in love, in romance, in companionship, and friendship, and you haven't been seeing it come in. And some of you maybe felt like, oh my God, the universe is smiting me. Did God stop loving me? Did the universe stop acknowledging my existence? No, that's not the case. The case is, while you did do some of the work and you went in that closet over the last year or two and you pulled out a pair of shoes or a shirt or a hat and you threw it out, the fact is you didn't do a full clearing. So the universe is coming in here to do a full clearing. Okay, and it's almost like you going off to work on July 14th, and then let's say you come back home on December 23rd, you open up the closet and you're like, holy shit, it's all gone. There's only 4 articles of clothing left. That's what energetically is happening. So even though you're not physically removing the items from the closet, they are subconsciously being removed. So by the time you get to the end of the year, you now have all of this space. So what you want, you can truly manifest, because now you have energetic space to allow it in. So it's the universe's way of, like, I don't want to say righting a wrong that occurred to you, but eliminating the debris that the wrong left behind in your life. 9 of Cups, Queen of Swords. So again, there's something here about you seeing very clearly this time period as a necessity. Even though you might feel tired, even though you might feel drained, even though you have to go another 4, 5, 6 months without your manifestation becoming a reality, stay very clear-minded that it is necessary. So when you get to January 1st, 2027, and you open up those closet doors, everything you truly want and need is actually in it. Or at least now you have the space available to create it and bring it in. So inspiration. During this time of cosmic cleansing, if you will be inspired. You just won't be taking immediate action. Okay, and that's where I think you're going to feel this little tug of war. Oh, I have this great idea. I want to do it. But man, I don't have the energy to do it. That's because you're processing all of this, subconsciously. So I want to really learn the guitar. But man, I try to set aside a half hour a day, but I feel exhausted. That does not mean give up on playing the guitar and just using that as an excuse. And I say that because there's a guitar in this card. But again, it's just a little inspiration where the universe is saying you will be able to play the guitar on January 1st. So jot down these inspiring ideas that you have for expansion, for growth, for making money, for creative new skills you want to learn. So when you do launch forward, you know what you're going to be working on. Queen of Swords to the 4 of Pentacles. Again, just stay aware during this, second half of the year, and that Queen of Swords carried over to the Queen of Swords, that there were things you were holding on to, 4 of Pentacles, Miser, that the universe has to come in with Scorpionic, Death card energy here of the Grim Reaper, and remove. So don't give up on these dreams, wishes, or goals. Just use this time to strategize. So when you are energetically capable of moving forward towards them in the new year, you will be able to do just that. A tidy house, clarity, and organization. It's literally like the universe coming in to wipe the slate clean for you, energetically speaking. And I really, really love the depiction of the World card here for your message today, because in the After Tarot deck, the World card is not meant with what we usually see are the 4 fixed signs. It's actually meant with all 4 aces. So as this cycle closes out, look what you have, all 4 aces. So now you get to create the life you want, because the universe made sure you have the energetic closet space, if you will, to bring it all in. So Knight of Swords to the Page of Cups is slaying away all of these things from the past that wounded you and hurt you. Some of you going as far back as your childhood and that Page of Cups. But again, it's all being done as part of the divine matrix, so you can really bring in your wish fulfillment. So let's try to clarify that Ace of Cups. Obviously, wish fulfillment is different for all of you, but let's see if we can get a general sense for you. For Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements, please clarify that Ace of Cups for the Leo collective. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Cups is clarified by the moon. Starts with that lunar cycle, right? July 14th, 10 of Cups, and the 8 of Pentacles. Bottom of deck, 6 of Swords. So again, not to reiterate the message here, but everything that you want, basically, that you want to work on, that you want to build, that you want to acquire and attain and nurture in your life that will truly make you happy is coming in, but it all begins with clearing of the house, energetically speaking. So what you want will come in the future. So don't lose sight or hope of that. Magician, one more shuffle. Thank you. Magician is clarified by Queen of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, and the 8 of Pentacles shows itself again. And then we have that 3 of Wands card. So again, use this time. Again, 7 of Cups, I don't know if astrologically it actually is the same place, the exact placement, but I always see it as Neptune and Pisces. where, yes, there could be confusion there, but I also see it as like wishful thinking and dreaming. And so there is something here about, one, definitely keep that dream journal in the second half, okay? Because there are some things that occurred here in your life that you've suppressed that are coming to the surface. Your intuition wants you to know that it still is there, or that it exists, and that it is literally being removed from your life. Don't know why, someone needs to hear that. So please keep a dream journal. There's also something here about, as you start conjuring up all of these things that you want to do, because again, remember, you're going to feel the force of Jupiter in your sign. Just pace yourself. You can't work on it today, but know that you will be working on it in the future. This is a time for you to plan what you want to create in your life. Don't force yourself to master it or do it or launch it or cut your hair right now. Just kind of hang tight on this. 9 of Cups to the Queen of Swords. I'm not going to clarify for you. I feel like that message came across very strongly. It's just saying, keep your head above the clouds, okay? Understand that if you have all these things you want to do, but you don't feel energetically ready to do them, or you feel too tired to do them, it's okay. Just know this is literally all happening for a reason. And again, utilize the second half of the year to create the plan or strategy to go after what it is that you want, so you can create it or maintain it or attain it, okay? So just see it clearly that your 9 of Cups, your 10 of Cups, it's a little on pause, it's a little on delay. Thank you. Another reason why it's on pause or on delay is because once we do the clearing out of the subconscious, you may wake up on December 23rd and decide you don't want to do that after all. So there could be something here. Let's say you're a business owner and Jupiter entered your sign on June 30th, and suddenly now in the next couple of weeks you have this great idea for your business, some brilliant way to expand it, right? Jupiter is the great benefic, so it's going to want to expand. But you feel too tired. You're like, oh God, I feel frazzled in my mind. I know that I want to do this. I know it would be great. I really want to start working on it now. 8 of Pentacles to the 8 of Pentacles. I want to get this done now. But I feel a little confused on how to do it, or I'm not sure. That is literally your signal to say you're going to be able to work on it, but just plan what it is that you want for now. Do the behind the scenes homework on it, because you may wake up on December 23rd and say, you know what, really glad that I didn't launch that idea. I still want to move forward with it, but I want to do it a little differently. Or maybe I don't want to move forward with it at all. So any big, brilliant ideas that you have in the second half of 2026, one, you're going to feel too energetically tired or compromised to move forward with it. Don't immediately take that as a universe saying, don't do it. Just do some homework on it, okay? Do some homework on it. Again, Queen of Swords, like get the facts of it, plan it, stage it. And if you can, wait until the start of the year to launch it. That would be more beneficial for you, because again, some of you may want to tweak it more or change it entirely. 3 of Wands, clarify that 3 of Wands. So you're going to be very inspired during this time, but just feeling too energetically compromised to move forward. That's okay. Set the stage, okay? Again, think of it as a theatrical event here, okay? Some type of theater show, if you will, or play. Its opening day isn't until January 1st. And the play, there may be some tweaks or changes with the background or costumes, okay? You may want to rewrite the script a little bit. So if you don't have to launch it in the second half of the year, don't launch it. Just kind of work on it and tweak it in the background. Don't give up on it. Just continue to work on it in the background. One more shuffle. Thank you. So when the curtain opens on January 1st, you're ready to put on your show, if you will. We have the 4 of Swords. So again, you're going to be very inspired, 3 of Wands, but maybe a little too tired to move forward. That's okay. This is a time period for you to rest and recover. We have the Chariot, so then you can move forward. That's also Cancer season. And then we have the 4 of Wands. So you will be moving forward with whatever this is. There is victory and success here for you. It's just paused. So I think it's really trying to drive home the message here for you. Jot down these great ideas. Do your homework. Continue to tweak them. You know, book ideas you have, business ideas you have, learning an instrument. It's like, do all the background work. Maybe you do end up learning a new instrument, but maybe it's not the guitar. Maybe you decide come December that you want it to be the drums, okay? So anything that's inspiring to you, just do your homework on it. One more shuffle, thank you. 9 of Pentacles, clarified by the Chariot, 2 Chariot cards here on the table. 10 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, you have the Tower. You're going to move forward with whatever this is, and you're going to be really effing amazing. I don't want to demonetize myself too much. It's going to be effing amazing. Okay, so again, use this, I can't stress it enough. Use the time period to tweak the plan, get all the information, do your homework, tweak, tweak, tweak. Literally think of your life in the next 5 or 6 months, right, the second half of the year. Use it as a staging ground for whatever this is, the business, the idea, the creative skill, whatever's will come up for you during this time. Maybe you want to take a pottery class. Get all the homework on what that entails before you actually take the pottery class, because you may decide you don't want to take the pottery class, or you want to take a different kind of class. Okay, maybe this is painting for you. Just get all the information. You may not want to do acrylic painting. Maybe you want to do watercolors instead, or so there's something here about just this is the time for you to collect all the data. I'm not going to clarify the Queen of Swords to the Four Pentacles. Oh, I'm being told to clarify it. Okay, clarify that Queen of Swords here to the Four Pentacles, because this begins, thank you, this begins now the subconscious purge. Okay, it's important that you know this. So this is your external world. Ideas, creative endeavors, okay? Write, skywriting, write. Get the information and all of that, and tweak all of these different ideas you have. Become an investigator for whatever this is for you, even if it's relocation. Don't immediately relocate in the last half of the year if you don't have to. Get all your homework, crime statistics and data, and how are the schools, if you have children, like whatever this is, do all of the background work. So this is your external life here. Okay, this is now the internal. One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Swords is clarified by justice. Karmic debris is being cleansed. King of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Empress. So this now begins this whole, okay, what's happening under the subconscious. So you can come out of it better balanced and more grounded. Four of Pentacles. Tell me about what's being let go here. Because again, in the After Tarot deck, we have Scorpionic energy of the Death card. So what is being released here during this time period? One more shuffle. Thank you. Judgment, Ace of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. For a lot of you, this is childhood stuff, okay? It doesn't have to be childhood stuff, but it's definitely relational stuff. And it has been hiding in your moon, my love, in your subconscious for a long time. And it's been preventing you from having some new opportunities. This is almost like a gift to you from the universe, that it's time to let go of this, of the pain, of the resentment, of the abandonment wounds, of maybe like toxic attachment styles that you have. Seven of Swords. Clarify that Seven of Swords. Three of Pentacles came out on the side. All of these connections in your life that just, it's like you wanted them to work, you put in the effort, they came to a close, they never worked, but the emotional debris is still with you. So you never fully close it out, even though maybe you don't engage with this person or these people anymore. The emotional debris is still there. So you did the hard work of removing yourself from the situation, environment, or connection in the 3D. Bravo to you. I'm sure that wasn't easy. But psychologically speaking, some of the trauma attached to that is still there. So the universe is just going to come in now to tidy the house and fully rid you of that, okay? Give me two more on this, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Ten of Wands. And the Two of Wands. Wow, what a lighter load now that you can move forward with, okay? Two of Cups again. I just feel like that's your masculine and feminine, more balanced. So the universe is coming in, again, to do the rest of the work. You already did the physical. If you're like, but Jen, I already broke up with that person, and as much as they tried, or as many cycles as I had with them, it's done, or I don't talk to that toxic parent anymore, or maybe I gave up that addiction that was harmful to me. Again, you did the hard work in the 3D, no doubt. I'm not trying to take that away from you. But there was still some subconscious, energetic, residual debris there. So the universe is coming to literally remove it from you subconsciously. It's because you've been carrying it around. Remember what I said about the closet? Like, how could you even go shopping, figuratively speaking, and get another bag of items? Your items, your energetic hands, if you will, have been holding on to that debris. And some of you know that, and some of you don't. You just, again, you thought the universe or God was smiting you there, and it's like, no, we could not bring in the opportunities. You had no room for them. What a lighter load, right? To go from the Ten of Wands to the Two of Wands, which technically in this deck is the Ace of Wands, because we are officially leaving the past in the past, and we're moving forward holding just one wand, the Ace of Wands. The World card. Clarify that World card. It's really the ending of a very difficult emotional cycle for you. One more shuffle. Thank you. What a purge. The Tower to the Five of Swords. Wow. What a purge. The lies, the deception, the deceit, the manipulation, the gaslighting. When all those times people took advantage of your good nature. I mean, literally, it's the universe coming in like a fucking massive wrecking ball and ridding it from your energy. Four of Wands, which you had here again. So you can change a timeline. If you've seen my readings before, Ace of Wands, that's the truth. I often say that, you know, a lot of our creative endeavors or relationships begin with the Ace of Wands. It's that spark of inspiration or the attractiveness to the person or the idea or the dream or the goal. And then the Two of Wands, we have to make the decision if we're going to move forward with it. The Three of Wands says, I'm ready. I'm going to put in the effort and wait for the reward to come in. And the Four of Wands is the reward has come in. So now what you want can come in. Four of Wands. And when it comes in, it drastically and radically changes your life. And also, if you see my readings before, whenever I conclude saying something and I immediately see an ace and there are only four in a deck, I just feel like for me that's the universe doubling down on the message, that the message, the way I translated it for you is correct. Clarify that Page of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Cups is clarified by the Eight of Swords. Look at your subconscious mind. Knight of Pentacles to the Empress. You would never been able to step into the role of the Emperor or Empress of your life if this was not occurring. You've been holding on to this for a long time in your subconscious. And look what that Eight of Swords in this deck, in the deck I used for you, is flanked by Three of Swords and Five of Swords. Pain, heartache, disappointment, again, manipulation, and all the times you were gaslit, and emotional manipulation, financial manipulation. People took advantage of your good nature. Maybe people used you, try to ride your coattails. You know, there's a lot of pain here that I see here. And again, the feeling here is like you felt trapped and you just couldn't see why that was. So the universe is coming in to say, it's time to let go of this. You need to become free of this. You did the hard part in the 3D. And if not, you still have time to do that, okay, to sever those ties. But the energetic clearing on the subconscious level needed to be done. And that you needed to work in concert with the universe. And that's what's occurring here. So we are clarifying now the Knight of Swords, the Slay, Six of Cups of the past. Literally, in the After Tarot deck, the person's going back to the past. So the universe, my God, literally going into the past for you and eliminating this. It doesn't mean you wake up on December 24th, and you don't remember what happened to you. Of course you're going to remember what happened to you, but it's not going to affect you the same. You're going to feel a lot lighter and freer. Temperance, Archangel Michael is with you during this time. Four of Cups to dump out, my love, what no longer serves you. And then we have karmic justice here to the Hermit. So again, what I was saying, you're not going to forget what happened. You're going to hold on to the wisdom that you acquired during those experiences, but the pain is not coming forward with you, nor will you have the inclination to repeat those mistakes or to engage again with the people who created that pain in you. This is a huge clearing. I do want to get 3 cards for you as of January. So can I get 3 cards, please, for the Leo collective of what they can expect for January? I did not do this for any of the other signs. Don't come at me in the comments. This is a very hard reading. For Leo, not for me, for you. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the World card. And we have the Ace of Wands. I mean, need I say more? Hands wide open in that Seven of Cups. Strength card, your power card, Six of Swords moving on. I mean, Eight of Cups, it is really leaving all of that emotional heartache and disappointment in the past and moving towards a brand new beginning here in your life. Literally going from 10 Wands to the Ace of Wands. Beautiful, really beautiful energy. Now we can close it out with a Moonology card and a couple of Oracle cards for you. So be gentle with yourself during this period. Make sure you stay hydrated. Sorry to sound like mother here, but stay hydrated, okay? Get adequate sleep. And if during the day you feel like taking a nap and you can take a nap, take the fucking nap, okay? It's really important because this is a lot of work. This is a lot of work. This is like when you're running your computer and you're like, I don't understand. Like, I'm only washing the dishes, right? I only have one video playing, but the computer is draining. The video you're watching is going slow. You're going slow while washing the dishes. Again, I'm just trying to make the comparison. That's your body saying, stop washing the dishes, go take a nap. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, pause the video, and let the CPU cool down. because clearly something else is processing in the background, and you're processing a lot of karmic debris. So when you feel like napping, take the nap, okay? One more shuffle. Thank you. And say no. If you're too tired to go somewhere or do something for someone, again, reserve your energy so you can wash the dishes or watch the video, okay? You have a new cycle begins. Bottom of the deck, step out of your comfort zone. North node. Wow. A new cycle begins. You are officially, South node. You're leaving your past in your past. In this deck, it actually says for the South node, don't let your past hold you back. So you're going to step out of your comfort zone. 3 oracle cards here for the Leo collective. A new cycle begins. In career and finance, in love and romance, platonic connections, maybe even relocation for some of you. Just don't do anything major if you don't have to until January, okay? This is like, again, you're getting the stage ready. You're preparing the script. One more shuffle. Thank you. Patience, okay? Have patience. Beautiful things take time. Let yourself grow stronger in the waiting. Don't push anything if you don't have to. Just use this time to do your homework. And as someone who had Jupiter in their sign, I can tell you, as much as I looked forward to, forward entering, when it did, oh my God, I was so drained at first. I was not used to it. So again, have some patience with yourself, because trust me, all the sleep you get now, you're going to wish you had it come next year. Trust. Establish trust in yourself, in others, and in the universe. Understand that what is happening here is happening for your best and highest good. Breakthrough. Literally can't make it up, okay? You will be overcoming obstacles and move beyond your limitations, embracing new growth, new opportunities, basically a new life. Let the universe do what it has to do here. Let your intuition and subconscious mind do what it has to do. Silent strength. Build your power in silence. Okay, clearly this wanted to show forward movement. Okay. Build your power in silence, waiting for the right moment to reveal your quiet strength. So you work in the background here on whatever it is that you want to do come the new year, and then you have forward movement. Clearly this card wanted to show itself. Move forward from the heart, guided by your inner compass towards your new future. What a brilliant fucking reading this is for you. I don't even care if I get monetized at this point. I love this for you. I'm sorry for what you went through in the past. But moving forward, when I say you're going to truly take the wisdom and not the pain, you're going to truly take the wisdom and not the pain. You're also never going to allow those people to enter your life again. And if, as new people enter your life, because it will, Jupiter's going to attract them, trust me, after January, you're going to be hit with the possibility, or I should say opportunity, to engage with people. And some of them you're going to want to engage with, and others you're just going to intuitively know that person is way too much like my mother. This person looks like my ex, acts like my ex. You're going to have some really strong boundaries. So allow your intuition and subconscious to do what it does. Get enough rest, stay hydrated, work on your brilliant script of your life, okay? The next chapter, the next sequel, if you will, in silence right now. Give yourself time to launch. That's what this is. This is a launching window. It's like a countdown clock. It doesn't mean you won't launch. It just means that this is a time period for everything to kind of get into working order. So give yourself a break. Trust that the breakthrough is coming. This is all part of the divine matrix, and it all begins with that new moon in Cancer on July 14th, 2026. And that is what I have for you, Leo. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. Over the second half of the year, I will be diving into these messages deeper for all 12 zodiac signs on Patreon. So if you want to join us there, you're welcome to. It's a lovely little small community. I only started about a month and a half ago. But if you want to join us there at any point in time, you're more than welcome to do that. In the description, I should say, information on how to do that will be in the description box, as well as the pinned comment below. Until I read for you again, good luck. Have patience with yourself. And yeah, something really wonderful is happening here behind the scenes. The world is going to see an entirely new you in 2027. So look forward to that. It's going to be brilliant. As always, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.